This video is part of a series of SSIS tutorial videos created by COZYROC. In this video, I will show you how to configure a package that uses the multicast transformation with outputs to multiple types of destinations. The input for this video will be coming from a table called Combined Gaming Data, and there you can see the data, and there are 61 rows here. I'm going to be writing the data to 3 different types of destinations. I'm going to use another table for one destination, and then I'm going to use an Excel file for the second destination, and then finally a text file for the third destination. And what the multicast does is it passes all the data or all the records on to whatever outputs you connect to the multicast transformation. It's not like the conditional split that only passes on records that match certain criteria. We'll start with the Dataflow task, and then we go over to the Dataflow canvas, and we'll start with an OLE DB Source. Put that out here. This will be the Combined Gaming Data is the table it's going to pull the data from. We need to set up a connection manager, so I'll choose the right one here for the correct database. Then I click OK, and then we'll select the table called Combined Gaming Data. And then we click OK to close the OLE DB Source editor. And now we'll get the multicast transformation, drag that onto the canvas, and we'll connect the blue arrow from the OLE DB Source. And I'll just open this editor now so you can see there's nothing to be done here. So now for our first copy, we're going to use the table. So I'll use the OLE DB destination, and this we'll call copy 1. And I will connect the arrow from multicast and double click to open the editor. It's already selected the same connection manager we used for the source, and that's where it is. And then we need to find the copy 1 table right here. And then we'll click on mappings and everything gets mapped. Stay tuned to see how I complete the configuration of the package and execute it.
Are you tired of updating packages because of changing metadata? How many hours have you spent accommodating new source and destination columns? How many nearly identical packages do you have to maintain? Especially when you need to update hundreds of them. Well, you should check out COZYROC's Dataflow Task Plus component. Dataflow Task Plus provides the ability to acquire the metadata and map the columns at runtime. You can even use transformations on the data. Just add the changes at the source and destination, execute, and Dataflow Task Plus will handle the process of extracting, transforming, and loading the desired columns from the source to the destination without a need to change the existing package. It works with any standard SSIS Dataflow components, transformations, and application adapters. No more manual package updates. Design your SSIS data flows with Dataflow Task Plus and save hundreds of hours. A vision of completely metadata-driven processing is now possible. Download COZYROC's Dataflow Task Plus from COZYROC.com. It's free for testing and development within Visual Studio.
And now for our second copy, we're going to use Excel. So I'll drag the Excel destination component out here. And we'll call this copy 2. And we'll connect another arrow from multicast to here. Double click to open the editor. And we need to set up a connection manager. So we'll browse to find the file. Actually, the file doesn't exist, but we need to find the right folder where we want it to create the file. So we'll call this file copy 2, and then we click OK. We can't find an Excel sheet because the file doesn't exist yet, so I click on New, and it's going to create the Excel file with the name copy2, which is what we want. And I'll click OK to close that, and now it wants me to choose the sheet name, which is copy_2. And then we'll click on mappings, and again, all the columns get mapped. And then for our third copy, we'll use the flat file destination, and we'll connect another arrow from the multicast, and we're going to name this copy 3. And we'll double click to open the editor, and we need to set up a connection manager for this. And we do want the flat file to be delimited by commas. We click OK. And now we're setting up the connection manager here. So I will browse to find the folder where we want this file created, because it doesn't exist yet either. And so we're going to put the name of the file here, copy 3. I'll hit enter. And let's see. Let's just click on columns to make sure it set things up correctly. It looks good. And actually we want to have the column names in the first data row, so I'll check that checkbox. And we'll click OK. And now we'll click on mappings so that all the columns get mapped, and then we close that. So now we'll just open up the multicast to see what we see here. So this shows the 3 outputs that we've set up. So I'll close that, and I'll save the package, and now we'll execute it. And it completed successfully, and we have 61 rows, which is correct. So I'll stop debugging. And first we'll go take a look at the first copy, which is in this copy 1 table. And there you can see all the data. It has 61 rows. Then we'll go over to look at the Excel file. So that's called copy 2. And there you can see all the data. And we'll scroll down to see the number of rows, again, is 61. And then finally, we'll go look at the third copy, which is a text file. We'll open that. There you can see we don't have a count of the rows, but I'm sure all 61 rows are here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to follow us on social media, here's how you can do that.